What is this place?
Well, yeah, it's not much to look at right now, is it? But I'm still working on it. So this is just going to be basically a residence for a whole family. So a husband and a wife and all their kids will live in here.
So, what do you do here?
Well, I mean, who else is going to build the walls other than somebody like myself? I'm a bit of a stonemason and a carpenter all in one.
Wow, multitasking.
Yeah.
Hey Malik, I've been looking for you. Where have you been?
I've been here at the carpenter shop, apparently.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I was just mentioning that carpentry is just sort of part of the job. A lot of the work also involves working with stone. I'm sure you guys noticed that a lot of the village, it's made out of stone rather than wood because trees are kind of rare around here. They don't grow very often.
Wait, so you build like most of the houses in this village, or?
Yeah, pretty much everything you see walking through the village is something I helped make or could make at the very least.
Can we look around your place?
Well, of course, please. Yeah, plenty tools of the trade around here.
Where do you get your wood from?
Basically, all the timber we get has been imported and purchased.
Wow.
Generally speaking, they're cedar trees all the way from Lebanon or perhaps cypress trees from Syria. That's the bulk of it.
What's over here on this shelf?
Yeah, more wooden mallets than I really know what to do with. But I will say that there's two different varieties of mallet. These here. So this is for precise striking. The pegs, for instance, that make up the table, it's a perfect job for a tool like this. But it's sort of on the fragile side. So whenever I need to put all of my strength into a strike, this is the tool I use. Way thicker. It can just absorb that sort of force much better, you know?
Why can't you just go to Home Depot and get wood?
Home Depot.
It's
I'm not familiar.
Around the corner, like.
Around the corner? Around the corner is perhaps the synagogue, but a Home Depot. You'll have to introduce me to this place. I've not seen it. Is it some sort of
It's a hardware store. You can buy tools, you can buy wood.
Yeah.
hardware? Do you have software? Is that something as well?
Yeah, that's a thing too.
Interesting. This must be some sort of Roman technology. Not familiar with it.
All right, well, how do you craft this wood into those tools?
It's a good question. So I'm sure you guys have already seen we have saws mounted on the wall. So that's one way to sort of get them into a rough size. But then also, I'll use this tool. Now this tool is called a wood planer. Normally a metal blade pokes through right there. And I use it, let's see, kind of like this to shave down blocks of wood, thins it out. The sort of flakes of wood spiral out the top here.
What's this rope for?
That's a good question. This actually turns out to be my favorite tool just because it's so versatile. I know it's just a simple coil of rope. Yeah. But I get a lot of different jobs done with it. Actually, I wonder, perhaps one of you guys can guess what I've been using this for.
Measurement.
Yeah, that's right. It's a measuring line, with these different knots. And people often get curious, what is the distance between each of the knots? And it turns out to be rather arbitrary because we don't really have standard units of measurement around here. What we do have is something called a cubit, and that's just the distance between your elbow to your fingertips, kind of like that. But a cubit's it's sort of on the big side, so we have a variety of measurements in between, like a span, that's thumb to pinky, fist, which is it's just a clenched fist, and the smallest is a digit, which is sort of a knuckle of your pointer finger, kind of like that.
But doesn't everyone's arm span differ?
Yeah, it's true. And we do have a way to kind of get around that since everybody's cubit is a little bit different. So it's at the very beginning of a project. You'll sort of gather up all the workers you have, all the help, and then you'll go, okay, guys, here's the cubit that we're using. Here's the span that we're using. So as long as these knots are uniform for the duration of a project, it'll get the job done.
Can someone like custom order their own wood, or how does it?
So when it comes to, let's say, furniture or somebody needs a tool made, it's not like I have a shop somewhere where I have, Eli's tool shop where everybody can go and select the tool that they want. I wouldn't go through the trouble of making a tool if I didn't know for sure somebody was going to purchase it. So everything that I do, somebody has to ask me first. And then I go, okay, well, this is how long it'll take. And then we don't really use currency very often, money. A lot of this sort of thing is bartered. So we'll go, okay, well, you want a mallet? Well, how about you lend me your donkey for a week? How's that sound? Something like that.
Well, thank you for your time. I know you'd rather be like making something and making money, but oh wait, you don't have money.
Oh, well, we have money. We just don't use it quite very often.
Oh, maybe I can trade for a mallet or something one
Depends
time.
on what you have to offer. But of course, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, safe travels, everyone.
All right, see you soon.
Bye.
Welcome, travelers. This is the synagogue of the village of Nazareth. Would you like to come in and visit?